Okay, so example 10. Here's the question. Do you know the answer? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Either way, write it down on your computer or on a piece of paper and then go through my 10-step technique with me to finding the correct answer. When you're ready, press play and we'll go to step 1. So, step 1. Read the example sentence and the sentence with the missing information. She put everything back in its place before she left. She did not everything back in its place. Okay, so we have a positive in the example and a negative in our one. Step 2. Put a line through the duplicate information in both sentences. So you can take a minute to do this and then press play and we'll see which words I put a line through. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. So let's have a look. I put a line through she, which is in both sentences, everything back in its place, which is also in both sentences. Step 3. Identify the type of word they give you. Until. Is until a noun, a verb, an adjective, something different? Again, you can take a minute to have a think, write down what you think the type of word is, press play, and I'll tell you. So, the word until is actually a preposition or a conjunction. Step 4. Is this word, until, used in any common collocations, expressions, phrasal verbs, etc.? Until. So take a minute, have a think, write some down. If you think there are any, then press play and we'll see what I think. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. So until, I don't think it's relevant. Again, I couldn't think of many collocations, expressions, phrasal verbs. I don't think we're going to need to use any here. So, step number 5. Can you use the keyword until and the information without a line through in the example sentence? So she put and before she left to complete the gap. Take a minute, try to complete the gap using that information. When you're ready, press play and we'll see what I write in the gap. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. So I put the words leave, which is similar to left in the example sentence, until, our cue word, she, which is also in the example sentence, and had put, and we have put in the example sentence. Okay. Step 6. If you're not sure about the answer, try asking yourself a question using the information we have. So, pause the video, write down a question. Maybe you've written something else in the gap, but you can ask yourself a question on the information you've written, or you can ask yourself a question on the information I've written here. And then press play when you're ready and we'll see what question I've written down. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. The question which I've written is, did she leave before putting everything back in its place? And the answer to this question could be very useful to us. So let's have a look. Step number 7, try to answer your question. So again, take a minute, try to write an answer to your question. And when you've done that, press play and we'll see the answer to my question. Okay, so the answer to my question is no. She did not leave until she had put everything back in its place. No, she didn't. And we can see here, no, she did not leave until she had put everything back in its place. I'm actually using the same words in my answer as the words in the question. And so that kind of makes me feel like I've written it correctly. But maybe you're still not sure, and we still have 3 steps of the technique to go. So step 8, can we now put a line through all the remaining information? Well, we can put a line through she, firstly. And then you should take a minute and try to put a line through anything else. Okay, hopefully you've done that. And we can also put a line through leave and left. And she, the other she, two she's. So we could put a line through both of them in both sentences. I missed one in the top, but two she's in the top sentence, two she's in the bottom. Okay, let's move on. Step number 9 is the overall meaning of our completed sentence, the same as the example sentence. She did not leave until she had put everything back in its place. She put everything back in its place before she left. Yes. She puts everything back and then she leaves. So, step number 10, the final step. Do the words we use match each other? She did not. Did not is an auxiliary verb. We need an infinitive after, so that's leave. Did not leave. Until, okay. She had put, okay. That's fine. And as I say at the bottom, we use an infinitive after auxiliary verbs, did. So we have did and then an infinitive leave. And put is the past participle of put, so that's okay as well. All right, I hope this lesson was useful. If you have any questions, you can write to me. If you had a different answer which you think is correct, you can ask me about that as well. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next example, number 11.